everyone, my name is Samya Chaudhary. Welcome to my vlog where I am going to say you about my travel to Arunachal Pradesh during Durga Puja. So friends, we begin our journey after lunch. It's a long journey for us. It will take around 3 hours. So let's catch up what we will find in the way. So friends, as you all know, Assam is famous for its greenery. So, all through the journey, you will get to see lush green tea gardens surrounding us on both sides of the road. In between, we also find fully cultivated paddy fields. Rural life is famous for such small huts made up of bamboos. So friends, after a long journey, we reach the Golden Pagoda. So this is the main entrance of the Golden Pagoda. It is almost 5:30 p.m. in the evening. Golden Pagoda is a Buddhist temple located in the Namsai district of Arunachal Pradesh. It started functioning in 2010. The Golden Pagoda is built on plateau overlooking the plains at the foothills of the last fringes of eastern Himalayas of Patkai range in Arunachal Pradesh. It is built in Burmese architectural design and style. The height of pagoda is approximately 17 meters. The pagoda consists of 12 subdomes and the main and the largest dome is placed in the middle portion of the main shrine. The main doors to the sanctorium of the pagoda are wooden and hand-carved. The whole body of pagoda is covered in gold paint shimmering like gold and thus called the Golden Pagoda. The shrine hall has 4 entrances on east, west, north and south directions. The main entrance to the hall faces north. Each of the 4 entrances of the shrine hall is guarded by a pair of mythical lions. On 4 corners of the outer base of the main shrine is a traditional bell post, Nang Vasundari, or the goddess that is known to witness the offerings made in the temple by humans. Inside the shrine hall, the pure bronze Buddha statue is placed in a meditating posture. The statue was donated by Ven Praku Bhavana, chief monk of Wat Arangikavas temple of Thailand. The Golden Pagoda also has the world's tallest bamboo Buddha statue. The statue is 45 feet high and made entirely from bamboo collected locally as well as from Myanmar. A team of 50-member artists from Myanmar worked for around 2 years to complete the statue, which has been donated by Arunachal Pradesh MLA Chao Teva Main. So friends, as the journey for the second day begins, we pass through India's longest bridge, the Dhaula Shodhia Bridge. It is also known as the Bhupen Hazarika Setu, and as of now it is India's longest bridge, which has the capacity to handle the weight of 60 tons. So friends, finally we reach the Sally Lake. Just 3 kilometers away from Roing lies the famous natural Sally Lake, surrounded by thick green forest. This is a famous tourist spot and a popular picnic spot. The natural lake is surrounded by lush greenery and gives an opportunity to nature lovers to gaze at the colorful play of nature. A variety of fishes can be seen in the lake. On our way back, we halted for some time to experience the natural beauty of Arunachal Pradesh. So friends, today we begin our journey with a visit to the Malini temple. Situated on a 21-meter high hillock overlooking the plains of Assam, Malini Than is the richest archaeological temple site in Arunachal Pradesh. Excavation carried out by the Research Department, Government of Arunachal Pradesh during 1969 to 1971 have brought light the ruins of temple with base of three components, namely Garbhagriha, Antarala and Mandapa. Though completely collapsed, the remains indicate that it was a huge edifice of the Odissan style. The Pitha is 10 meters high. The sculptural grace, decorative exuberance, classic ornamentation, and mature planning all suggest that Malini Than marks the period when temple architecture was at the zenith of the Pala dynasty of Assam. In the absence of any written evidence, the exact period of the temple is not known, but based on the architectural style, art and iconography, it could be placed between 10th to 12th century AD. So friends, this is the parking. On one side, there are shops for tourists, and on the other side, the place is reserved for car parking. On our way back, we experienced some natural beauty, a hanging bridge and the kohua flower in full bloom. So friends, on the fourth day, we decided to end our trip by paying a tribute to the brave soldiers and thus visited the Digboy War Cemetery. Located very close to the border of the country Burma, Digboy served as an army camp for the Burmese campaign during the Second World War. The Digboy War Cemetery started out as a burial ground for the dead bodies which came from the hospital. There were 70 recorded graves on the grounds of the original cemetery. After several shiftings from Panitola to Burma, the cemetery was finally relocated to Digboy during the 1960s. This was done because the initial land site was not only small in size but also prone to landslides and even got damaged from the earthquake of 1950. Now it is a ground where one can find more than 200 burials. On our way back, we paid our homage to Goddess Durga and thereby ended our trip with a bag full of memories.